also for our Shabbat, we're showing you the room that we're in. It's the angel's old room. Okay, this is Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel. This is their room. It's been kept the same because you know what happened, all right? They went back. It's been kept to the same point. They went back to heaven different ways. You cannot kill a holy archangel that did not die by not serving God, because when they don't serve God and do bad things, then they leave. They don't ever come back when they finally go. These are archangels that are for the last judgment. This is it. So we're telling you that this is the old room they put me in here. As I said, it's been left where the electricity is really bad. And they when I stuck the card in, there's sparks. So I didn't. We don't use things like that, but they're showing up like on Shabbat. But they showed me that that's exactly what it was. And you know, I'm not to turn on things. I wouldn't do that. So it's just saying, but somebody left the electricity thing on. So when I stuck the card in there, the sparks would come. There's no way to use plugs if you wanted to charge things. Obviously, the light in the bathroom goes off and on. And Archangel Michael said that the shower was meant to electrocute you. So we just want to let you know that too. Uriel and his beautiful angel wife Naveen, we found them dead in this room. They went back to heaven in this room because they didn't die, okay? Because you can't kill them. They come back because I said because they're in service of below God is God alone, and they stayed here the whole time they were here. But we told you how Archangel Michael left. Some American person came and macheted his face off. His face lay on the ground, and he was still talking from his face. And we had his funeral. Really not a real funeral. He was going back to heaven. He was like a hologram. You could see him going up. Obama somehow, they said, why is he here? He didn't know Michael. They said Archangel Michael. And we caught him crying because everybody knew he had snuck in there. And we knew from the tears that he had that he actually had something to do with the death of Archangel Michael. On the night that Yar was and the person came to, let me in, I'm going to kill you. The man, we told you had an American accent, and he died. Americans actually most likely killed us. So this is said. He went to all of our rooms. He went to even the angel's room. This is the angel's room, Archangel's room, and everybody ended up in here. After we saw that Yar, something had happened, even before and after, everybody slept on the floor with their blankets because we had to wait for the police to come back and things like that. Yar was getting ready to get married, and he was in the bridal suite. He was going to take his wife there. That's our custom, and that's exactly what he's going to do. But he died, and the man who murdered him, because the man admitted later that he was sent by the American government to try to kill us all. And know that how he hated our people. We're Jews, now the Americans hated our people. Because it said he obviously saw what happened when Yar died. We found Yar with his eyes open. He had seen his assailant who had killed him. But obviously his eyes open, face up, and a bullet in his head. His soul and hologram form spoke to us. And then he went to heaven. The murderer obviously saw that because he hadn't confessed yet. Then he was crying, and then he confessed that his American government sent to try to kill us all. And basically said, and how much he hated the Americans. They did something to his soul, and blah blah blah. The man that was a murderer, because he saw something spectacular, and he believed what we had said. Basically said because he saw that, and the man ended up dead. Basically said. And so we just went and let you know too. The Americans came to get him here because they said his American embassy, but they gave threats, veiled threats. But the man he thought that they would try to kill him because he told them how much he hated him and what they did to him, and that he saw that we were good people and that we were really real. Basically what he had seen. Hear the electricity popping? Okay, there's something wrong with that. All right, so the room was supposed to be kept the same way, and it was like, and it was a man that tried to keep the room the same way, and obviously something happened to him too, because he cried when the angels were gone. Eventually, we found Uriel and his wife Naveen, who's also an angel, here sleep, but they weren't asleep. They had gone back to heaven. Somebody had tried to kill him. Basically said they're back now, so we just wanted to let you know too. Okay, now we talk about the circle a little bit, where we had the police thing to try to catch all the devils. Anybody that talks like that can be anything, but I told you. We told you the circles prepared by Abed Bunyuk Babazav King saying, and he let me and my beloved husband come out Shabbos Shavit also help to prepare the circle. It used to be smooth cement, and somebody was coming and putting holes in. Obviously, some drill. It's bad Americans and Nazi Germany trying to take our things and trying to take his thing. So everybody thought he had put us in one succession, and they were actually trying to kill us little ones, trying to go to the street first, thinking that they could it would be easy with kids, and then try to kill us. So, but it didn't work because God made us a promise in the book of Daniel. Which looked at too. They all call us the holy children, Daniel and the holy children, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel. As I said, we told you about that. Okay, so now, so to make a long story short, when they put the bricks in, it was prepared a certain way, and they were looking. They had people came and tried to trap the bricks. The bricks were looking for something. This is why the circle was special. The rabbis know about the rabbi would make a circle, and ask God for things. So the circle was prepared. It's also part of the Sanhedrin to contain the wicked and make the wicked confess to the devils, to catch the devils, not let them get away and they're destroyed. He said he would catch all wicked devils and everybody that came after us in that circle. But he said, he told you what the devils did? Because they gave death, because he said he'd catch them with that. And he said, all the people came against me and my beloved husband Shemit, and our beloved family, and the big families of relationship. So, and the kingdom that we inherited forever, and never destroyed, never his people, as Jordan became part of that. So we look at that too. So he helped us lay some number too. And then we sat and we watched, and blessings done. And so, because Bunyuk Babazav Abadot King Hussein was a Jew, so we just went like that too, again. And so the angels were crazy about him. So this I said, and this is where they stayed while they were here. And so, but they were real and military from heaven, and not some other thing. And they test us all the time. But the night that everybody slept in here on the floor, brought their stuff. Doda Ima, Nasika, it was so hard. Sarah, Abadoda, Nasik, Malika, Benjamin, Ajal, nobody was slept. We just sat. And I could understand how I mean, we don't know if maybe he opened the door, because we're to secure the rooms, and they even came out trying to bother the angels too. That's it. So Raphael went back out another way, and we told Archangel Michael left, and then we told Archangel Gabriel some whore came and stabbed him with a syringe on the street, and made him sick. Yophael, they disfigured him. They did all kinds of things to the angels when they saw. So as I said, the bad people, the bad devils, and the bad things. So I'll make a long story short. So the circle was made to contain the devils, and basically I said, and keep them at bay, so God would be able to, we'd be able to catch them and keep them from hurting people. So that's what people saw last night. So I said, and so it was Shabbat, the beginning of Shabbat, and it's before Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, and there's a positive 13, there's a negative 13. For everybody else, it'll be bad. So you know that the bad people are trying to kill us all those good people, we on with the devil, but God helps us because there's 13 attributes of God. There's 13 principles of Maimonides, and we're to know that our God is God alone. That's one of them. So, as people who love God and love our God, it was hard. I'm a human, okay? And so as I said, I could see that for the angel, it was hard, and because they have to do things to catch the wicked. So he did two things. To try to catch them, and other things to try to catch them. Basically, now the dog that was dancing, basically, because the dog told me that I was the real Jew, I was a queen, and that we ruled. Basically, said, bless us, I was dancing. I really said that what you have to say to me, doggy. And God was dancing when we finally caught those devils. Those things were not allowed to leave that area. They were contained inside that book thing. Abadon Bunyuk Babazav, King Hussein, thought that when we built the temple, they came from inside, from hell. Because said those devils that raped our relatives and tried to kill everybody, and with enormous devil and things like that. That's when just saw they threatened to try to kill me and my beloved and my beloved my beloved family members, and obviously our beloved kinspeople and citizen people, and obviously had killed family members and gave threats like that, and how they even threatened to try to kill our beloved God alone. So we just want to let you know too. But we want to show you the room where the angels actually stayed, and they were actually from heaven. And this is, I think, we found them like here, Navim and Uriel. Navim is Uriel's wife. She's an angel, And Uriel's angel, God gives them, they would have wives too. And so we said, we told you Ezekiel's widow had a wife too. So we just want to let you know that too. And so because God is beautiful, God is awesome, and we're good people, please, we're going to make it. And I know it's very hard. We live for eternity. I know it's hard. And we're the royals, basically said, and God sent us all these angels that didn't promise us love God, God alone to help us. Basically said, knowing that we would be, and we would make it and serve our beloved God alone for all eternity, live for all eternity. We're Jews, and it's going to be the way God intended for things to be. When the devil attacked us in the Garden of Eden, it's going to be. Because that's why God took us out of the garden and still gave us angels and kept us alive and told us, we tell you we can live for eternity. You can live for eternity. And how? So now we'll talk to you as soon as we can. But I wanted to show you this for Shabbat. And so and you could probably hear the legacy that was all wrong. Someone who was in the room, probably that they prepared the room, so I remember it. That when I stuck the card in, you hear it as though it pops. So it said, and so, but this is their room. And so we just wanted to show you that. Okay, now, beautiful balcony, but it was left in disrepair. It doesn't work. It even has that black stuff coming down, like we showed you in the Normus Hotel, where the Normus man killed our brother and brother-in-law, our beloved brother and brother-in-law, the Abadat Mystique, Mark Reget. So we'll talk to you. So that's the rabbi said it's something bad when we see that. So now our beloved royal rabbi who was also a relative. I'll never see from here. You might be able to see a little bit. It's sunny, and right there is some kind of drain thing. It's a balcony that's quite beautiful that they use all the time with cookups and everything. Okay, so we'll talk to you as soon as we can. Try to safe and try to best as you can. It's a special Shabbat, so God has told us, like, obviously, if the shower was rigged to electrocute, I can't take a shower, I need to take a shower. So the room stays the way it is. I have to try to for another room. We'll talk to you as soon as we can. Shabbat Shalom. Me and my beloved kids should eat, my beloved world, watch us, my beloved world. That means we'll kids before we make it. We live eternity. Watch and see. And our God is God alone will help us. For us, our God is God alone. That is God. And we're Jews. We're all Jews. Every last one of us. And live for eternity. We told you how.